Undisputed yesterday on the Howard Stern Show, Tom Brady opened up about his decision to sign with the Buccaneers and admitted that he never cared about his legacy. There was a lot from that interview that was fascinating, but Shannon, do you actually believe that Brady doesn't care about his legacy?
Hell no. And you notice he referenced high school. Nobody is in high school thinking about a legacy. I wasn't thinking about, man, I wonder how they're going to remember me at Glenville High. Am I going to be the best Bulldog ever? No. But once you get to the pro rank and you start becoming a player, you become accomplished. And the more accomplished you become, the greater your legacy grows. Of course he cares about that. And the thing that I love most about hearing Tom Brady speak, everything, for the most part, that I've said over the last 2 years has come to fruition. He's validated it. Others have validated it. I have yet to hear somebody, some Patriot fan that used to blow my timeline up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not in that locker room. Skip Bayless tells me all the time, you were just a lonely tight end. You're not a quarterback like Tom Brady, and you're absolutely right. So which even gives me more credentials, because guess what? Skip, when you brought me on, you did something that nobody thought was possible. You brought a guy that played a particular sport to talk about more than one sport. I got a very unique perspective that nobody else has that does what I do. 7th round draft pick, Pro Bowls, many, All-Pro, many, Super Bowl Hall of Fame. The same thing that Tom Brady has, low round draft pick, Pro Bowl, All-Pros. So Skip, when I'm telling you, I'm talking about personal. Although I'm not as accomplished, I'm great. Tom Brady could be arguably the greatest. But the one thing that we are, Tom Brady and I, and he cannot escape this. No matter how many Super Bowls, no matter who his wife is, and how much money he has, he's human. He's human. And he said it yesterday, just like I told you. I said, Skip, it bothered me that the only credit that I got is that I was in Mike Shanahan's offense and John Elway was my quarterback. What did he say, Skip? It bothers me that they don't think I can have success without Coach Belichick. It bothers him. Of course he cares about his legacy. Tom does not want people to think he's human. Tom, you're human. You have emotions. You have feelings. I don't care what anybody tells you. If the New England Patriots had given Tom Brady an extension, there's no way he's going to them. Even after Coach Belichick has been what he's been to him, openly and blatantly disrespectful at times, not giving him the credit that everybody believed that he deserves. He's not going to Coach Belichick and says, trade me. Going to Coach Belichick or Mr. Kraft and says, release me. That's not going to happen. This is all revisionist history. Tom Brady absolutely cares about his legacy. That's why when Deflategate came out, Skip, what was it? And they released it. Oh, I got many more years playing at a high level. Peyton Manning only got 1 or 2 years left. If he didn't care, why would he say that, Skip?
Okay. I get worn out trying to make you understand what you're dealing with here, because day after day after day on this show, you try to compare yourself to Tom Brady, your pro football days to his pro football days, and then you try to compare every great quarterback before Tom Brady to Brady's situation now. And I'm going to say it one more time. Who knows, maybe for the last time, Shannon Sharp, Tom Brady is human, but he is not normal. He is not a normal human being. He looks painfully normal. He looks like the sort of cliche-ridden, lame, nerdy sort of dad next door. That's how he comes across to me, even in his interview with Howard Stern. He was kind of halting, and he wasn't speaking with a lot of conviction. I thought, come on, Tom, you can be a little stronger and bolder than that. But the point is, if you step back and analyze his actions, he's not predictable and he's not conventional. I mean, my God, nobody seems to be able to wrap their minds around the fact that the GOAT just said no to New England and picked the Succaneers. He picked the franchise that has the worst record in all of sports history and said, I'm going to go there because I need a new challenge. That is shocking to me, and I give Tom credit for saying, I think I'll do that. Nobody saw that coming because nobody saw Tom Brady coming at age 40 and 41 and 42 and now going on age 43 because it's hard to comprehend. I don't think he's ever cared about his legacy, but in high school, I believe he was thinking about, I'm going to be a great pro quarterback. I believe that was in his heart and in his soul, and he said, I'm going to do that. And obviously, 198 times teams passed over him in the draft because he didn't go until the 199th pick. And he has been getting even with the NFL ever since then for that because he's so driven. It brings out the psycho Tom side of him when it's time to play football. Nothing in Tom's life makes him happier than playing football and winning football games. So does he have a boat that says 6 rings on it? No, he doesn't care about that. Did he ever care about being the highest paid player in pro football? Nope, didn't care. And you can say, well, he's got Giselle and her money, obviously. But if he didn't have Giselle, I still believe he would have taken far less money to try to win championships under a wider salary cap, giving Belichick more room to roam to acquire him more help. So Tom Brady cares only about playing football because it's the only thing that really makes him happy outside of Giselle and his children. He doesn't love golf enough to say, oh, I think I'll just retire and play golf. He doesn't want to talk about sports in the TV booth. He wants to play sports. And he told Howard Stern yesterday, hey, you don't tell a musician to stop playing music at 42. You don't tell a painter to stop painting at 42. Well, why should I stop at age 42? Because he's found a way to beat the system. He's staying in good enough shape. He's pliable enough to avoid injury. He played all 16 games last year for the New England Patriots. I think he's as healthy as any 43-year-old football player has ever been, and he plays a position that will allow him to continue to survive and I think thrive for the next 4 or 5 years in Tampa. So I don't know. It's like legacy doesn't matter to him. He's going to retire at some point and have grandchildren, and maybe he'll reflect back and think, gee, I won 8 Super Bowls. But right now, that's not what drives him. He just loves playing football. And he seems astounded that nobody else can understand. I just want to play football and have fun doing it with people that I love. And that's what he's found in Tampa.
Yeah. Well, help me understand this. Why does he still have it in? Why does he still have it out for the teams that passed him 198 times? He's not human. Nothing should bother him. Remember, Shannon Sharpe is trying to compare himself. I keep telling you, the more accomplished a player is, the bigger his ego is. It hurt him. I don't care what you or Tom Brady says. It hurt him. When Coach Belichick was willing to move on without him, it hurt him. They would not give him a contract extension. Now, you want to say he said no, but they said no 3 years ago when they wouldn't extend it. Skip Bayless. So let me ask you a question. Do you believe when Apple fired Steve Jobs the first time, did that hurt him? Yes or no? Of course it did. He's Apple.
I don't know.
Tom Brady believes he is New England. And they said, no, we want your backup to be the new guy. Skip, what I try to do, Skip, is that the unique perspective that I have, that very few people that do what you and I do, is that I can give you from a personal level. Like you said, Shannon, I had a meniscus, and they shaved it down a little bit, and I was able to go. I got on the stationary bike, and I was able to run within 3 to 4 days. That's what Gallup's going to be able to do, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in 2 weeks. You talking about things from a personal level. You brought that to a personal. When I give you stuff, Skip Bayless, trust me, I'm giving it to you from a personal level. Even though I'm not as accomplished as Tom, Tom was even more hurt than Shannon Sharpe because he was more accomplished. That's all I'm saying. Listen to the interview. What I've been telling you and Jenny over the last 2.5 years, when Patriot fans blow up my timeline with foolishness, now all of a sudden, not one Patriots fan has jumped on my timeline since Tom Brady made this decision. You know why? Because I've been saying this all along, Skip. He can have 10 championships. He can have $7 trillion. But the one thing that Tom Brady will always be is human. And humans have feelings. Humans have emotions. So you can dress it up all you want to, talk about he's different. But guess what? No matter how tough a man is, no matter how tough, there's a stimulus. There's a stimuli, not a stimulus, a stimuli in which someone can touch and it will trigger emotions, pain, anger, frustration, tears, joy, happiness. Tom Brady has all that. Coach Belichick touched that stimuli, which was Jimmy Garoppolo, which was not the contract extension, which was not giving him the credit that he believed he deserved. Tom Brady said out of his own mouth, he said this, it bothers him that people don't think he can have success without Bill Belichick. And I've been telling you that for the longest time. But you don't want, that's what you think. I'm telling you what Tom Brady said. I said it 2.5 years ago. He said it the other day.
Okay, first point of order. He wasn't hurt. He was angry. You're going to try to take football away from me? Robert Kraft suggested to Tom, maybe we should think about you just retiring. And we honor you with great ceremony, and you retire a New England Patriot after 20 years. And Tom's like, I don't want that. I don't want that legacy.